Mr. Wade here. Me and Mrs. Crime are way out here in Newburgh, Oregon, about an hour or so away from here, from where we're at. We're at Brookside Cemetery. We were going to a place called Lafayette Cemetery. This one here is Brookside Cemetery, and it was made in 1846, established, and we came so far to go to Lafayette Cemetery, which is supposed to be haunted. I posted that we were going to a haunted location, and we did not make that complete because they have revamped the area. It's farmland now. I don't know what they did with the headstones, but they're no longer there. Me and Mrs. Crime decided to come here to Brookside to show you the cemetery that she found on the way back to our home, which is an hour and a half from here. Hope you guys enjoy this. A lot of bees out here, a lot of pollen out here. Somebody was yelling out here in the trees and bushes somewhere over here. I don't know where that came from. But hope you guys enjoy the tour that we're going to bring here. The Lafayette Cemetery, we were going there because that's where they hung a witch back in the days. And another guy they hung, and the witch was actually the mother of the son. So since the son got hung out there, sacrificed, she got sacrificed as well, but she put a curse on all Lafayette. And a big fire broke out at a nearby store and everything like that soon after her death. But we were going there because they had a lot of haunted stories, haunted lady that walks throughout the park, the cemetery. She's not at rest. We were all excited to get there, but we made it here to Brookside, so stay tuned for a lot more. Got some very old graves out here. A lot of head markers. But we definitely wanted to bring you guys to Lafayette Cemetery. And of course, we could not make it there. They revamped the place, like I mentioned earlier, which is like a downfall for us because we were very excited about coming to see this. But there's a lot of bees out here, the pollen. Mrs. Prime don't like bees, as I don't either. Now the cemetery is right smack next to a house, a development of homes. And as I said earlier in our videos, Mr. Wade cannot live right next to a cemetery. I mean, something wrong with it, but I cannot. That's just my thing, Mrs. Crime's thing as well. But I hope you guys enjoy the footage that we're going to bring to you guys of Brookside. Stay tuned, a lot more. Now we try to bring you guys good footage, try to bring you guys awesome cemeteries, the peacefulness. This place here has a vibe to it. I don't know if Mrs. Crime can feel that, but it does have a vibe here. We have a vibe of, should we be here? Should we not? There's a lot of bees floating around here. I mean, they actually swarming like flies out here. And a lot of cemeteries are knocked over. A lot of upright, above ground statues or memorial stones that we do like here. And we're out here at the Brookside Cemetery. Definitely something different. Lot of footage out here as far as headstone footage. Stay tuned. Right there. Mrs. Crime is right over here. There she is. She's taking those wonderful photos and videos that you guys love. You know, Her major thing always is the Whispers Moments. If you guys haven't checked that out, please do. I think we're on Whisper Moments number 35. We had 35 Whisper Moments videos that Mrs. Crime has done over the course of the time we've been on YouTube. She enjoys doing them, bringing you the footage. Look at all those bees. But we will stay away from that. A lot of headstones here. A lot of creepiness. It's definitely tranquil, of course. But it's definitely a little creepy. Right over there, them bees are going crazy. I think it's a pile on the ground in the cemetery. You actually can hear them out here buzzing around. A lot of old headstones here. Now, I was speaking with Mrs. Crime about a few minutes ago, and there's a lot of different stones here that are very old. You gotta think, this place dates back to 1800s. So you gotta figure 1846 to 1896, when they actually really got to putting our loved ones to the ground here. But it was established so long ago. So you're gonna have things here that are very old, and sometimes I gotta realize that I need to adjust my way of thinking that this is a very old cemetery. Not the one that we wanted, but just that it's all giving respect to every cemetery we go to. We give the respect to all the loved ones and to all their wonderful looking graves, the ones that become ancient looking, historical. We like that. It's warm out here. It's about in this high 60s for this area. A little smoggy because you got a little damp feeling because you have water near here, a swamp, I would say, back behind us. But stay tuned for a lot more. This cemetery has a lot to offer as far as the history, as far as just being the 1800 area that they have here, as far as the headstones. There's a lot of, the plantations that have families in there, a lot of young kids. There was one that we seen that didn't even make it, I would say, 4 months. And since we've been doing this cemetery thing and graveyard exploration, we've been seeing a lot of different things that we didn't know about cemeteries. A couple of videos back, we saw one on the pet cemetery. That was different, because the first thing that popped to my mind about pet cemetery was that it was like the movie. Don't bury nobody out there, they might come back. It's fictional, but hey, it could happen. I'm just saying. But out here at Brookside, I was thinking, okay, we wanted to go to the Lafayette Cemetery. So let's go ahead and go here to Brookside Cemetery. This is Crime found the cemetery. We decided to come here to bring you guys footage of this. I'm glad we came here. I like to tell stories, you know. I like to tell stories about what happened to a certain person in the grave, their history. We've seen some nice headstones here. We saw family plots. We saw young kids and like a whole row of maybe a certain amount of years together. They all just passed away. And we thought it was a story behind that. Like I said, I had a story at the Lafayette Cemetery. That'll be interesting because that's been that's a gravesite cemetery that a lot of people go to during Halloween. And I thought that would be a break from our stories of always being about murder and grief and loss of loved ones from murder. And I thought it'd be a break from that, from us to doing something out here in Lafayette, which is practically almost an hour and a half from where we stationed from. But we came here, we enjoyed the scenery. A lot more footage we're going to take, pictures. Mr. Crime got to do her whisper moments, which will be 36. Stay tuned for that one. We did 35. That's up. I will be posted on here the name of this cemetery. I will be also doing a video presentation of a board I seen up front that showed the different aspects of this cemetery, of how they rebuilt some graves, some headstones, and how they did different things. I'm not going to leave that out. Mrs. Crime is always out and about over here doing her thing. We actually went inside the bees and to get some footage of different graves for you guys. I might be stung by a bee, don't even know it. Miss Crime might be stung by a bee as well and don't even know it. But just know that we're here to bring you guys some good footage. All our subscribers out there, stay tuned. Hey, we subscribe back. We like the remembrance of bringing loved ones. They might be out here at a cemetery where someone might be grieving. They haven't seen their grave in years, and here Tombstone Whispers pops up on the grave. We might show the grave. That's why we do whisper moments, to show that the grave, a lot of the graves and headstones, give them a positive shine, because maybe somebody out there be like, hey, I've been wanting to see that. There's a lot of organ ears that's watching us, and we're watching you guys as well. Stay tuned for a lot more out here at Brookside Cemetery. Stay tuned. As we see, the sun is going down, so I can get more clear footage. Sorry for the sunlight that might have been in certain photos or certain graves that we wanted to give that close up to, because our shadow is in the video, our shadow's in the picture. Unprofessional, we don't want that to happen, but sunlight was really shining over here. Hey, do what we got to do, right? Very nice. I've been walked up a lot of hills right now. You know, I need to get more in shape. But like I say, Tombstone Whispers, we don't stop. We try to post at least twice a week. We try to go out on our days that we can to give you the footage, to bring you guys a good footage for us to go out and explore, learn more about Oregon City, because Oregon's a big state up in the Northwest. Hope you guys enjoyed this. We have a lot more footage to come, and a lot more videos. Stay tuned. So we're currently at the Brookside Cemetery, National Register of Historic Places. It has physical features, the settlers, pioneers of other destinations. Special designation plaques marks the graves of settlers who voted at the Campeche meetings which founded Oregon's first provisional government on May 2nd, 1843. This is the final resting place of three of its founders, Francis Fletcher, Pleasant Armstrong, and Medoram Crawford. The Grand Army of the Republic markers note veterans who served in the Civil War, and American Legion emblems mark graves of Oregon cavalry soldiers. These are the symbols and metal markers identifying military service, which held special meanings to individuals. The physical features out here at Brookside Cemetery. These are some of your notable graves. Headstone, style, construction, and design of gravestones reflected the times. The restoration of the headstones, fragile, aged grave markers are sometimes the only tangible reminder of a person, and they redone them. Very nice. Note here says, leave all stones exactly where they lie. Very nice. So me and Mrs. Crime ended up here at a historical place. School district relationship for more than 140 years. Wow. And of course, open dawn till dusk. This is the Brookside Cemetery at the National Register of Historic Places. So all out here are historical, some figures out there of Oregon City, Oregon State, some great notables. Me and Mrs. Crime was unaware of this, but we're glad we came here, gave respect, and we learned some things. Not a huge cemetery, but definitely a place. Mr. Wade's always saying my favorite word is what? Definitely. Definitely a place of remembrance, definitely a place of great patriotism of Oregon State. A brief history I gave to you guys a few minutes ago of Brookside Cemetery. A lot more to come from us from Tombstone Whispers. Stay tuned for a lot more videos. Hope you enjoyed this footage of Brookside Cemetery, and know that we got a lot more to come. Until then, at Brookside Cemetery. Stay tuned. Hope you guys enjoyed our footage over here of Brookside Cemetery. Like I said earlier, we wanted to go to Lafayette Cemetery to bring you some scary history of a witch that was hung out there, and she put a curse on the town, but unfortunately, we could not get there. They have paved that over with agriculture, and wow. Hope you guys enjoyed our footage here. A lot more videos to come. I'm Mr. Wade and
Mrs. Crime.
Stay tuned for a lot more.